By the end of this video, you will have figured out exactly how to build your own offer from scratch so that it becomes irresistible from the jump and that it gets clients instantly, okay? That might be a little clickbaity. There's more to it. But what you need, and I could get you all the sales schools you want in the world. I can get you all the leads in the world. You can watch my YouTube channel or you can work with me. But if your offer is not up to par, then you're still not going to get sales calls and you're not going to get clients. Maybe 1%, but it's going to be very rare. So in this video today, I'm going to show you exactly how to build your irresistible offer. So let's get into it. Follow me on Instagram at @TheMattJacob if you want to see more behind the scenes content from me, and reach out to me personally. That rhymed. So, how to make an irresistible offer. Why is it important? As I said before, I can get you all the leads someone can get you, doesn't even have to be me, okay? An agency, someone who does advertising, you can get all the leads in the world. You can get all the sales calls in the world. You can get all the eyeballs in the world, okay? And even all the sales calls in the world. But if your offer is not up to par, then it's going to be extremely hard to get clients. And it's going to be extremely hard to command the prices that you're wanting to charge, okay? And then you're going to get questions such as, on the sales calls, you're going to get questions such as, okay, how is this different from a person we spoke to the other day? How is this different from a competitor of yours? How does this Facebook KPI work? How does, very technical questions that you do not want to get too in depth in, because that's going to be reserved for when you sign them up. When you get them on a sales call, for example, you want to keep them outcome driven, outcome focused. And that's what's going to get them over the fence to work with you, okay? Not technical. So that is why it's so important. That's why this is like, okay, it's like if you go to a temple, or the Greek temple. I don't know what it's called. It's like the foundations, okay? If you have shaky foundations, if that temple is built on sand or very weak wet concrete, then it's going to collapse. So offer is like that. So let's get started. As you see here, we have niche. We have 6 things. We have niche, outcome, timeline, pricing and structure, pillars, and guarantee. Is this still recording? Awesome. So with niche, it's self-explanatory. It's who do you serve? Who is this mainly for? You have to do better. Okay, here's a common misconception I see. Everyone just says entrepreneurs, business owners, people. That's too general. That's way too general. You know why? Because here's the saying: if you try and help everyone, you help no one. If your solution is offered to a broad audience, right? All the members in that broad audience might have different problems, different pains, different solutions, different stories, different struggles, different dreams, different hopes, different aspirations. Okay, you get what I mean? Sally, who's a 40-year-old mom who's bucketed into this broad audience, will have completely different goals as to Nelson, who's 18, who's trying to make it out the hood, or trying to start an online business. Okay. Nelson, who's 18, is trying to start a successful online business, online agency. It's going to have completely different problems and desires from Sally, who's a 40-year-old mom who's trying to start an accounting business, okay? Yes, they might be in business, but it's still too general. So what we need to do is we need to narrow down into a niche. Who is this serve and who is this mainly for? So you can't just say entrepreneurs, or you're going to have a very tough time. I'm not going to be your dad, but have fun trying to serve to all entrepreneurs, okay? And I've experienced this firsthand as well. This is from experience too. I've had to change my offer 5 times before I land on a really good one. So entrepreneurs, okay, what kind of entrepreneurs? Let's use me for an example, okay? Online entrepreneurs. Okay, there's a lot of online entrepreneurs. There's a lot of entrepreneurs that make money online. So who exactly are you still targeting? Okay, let's go a step further. B2B businesses. And then, okay, that's much better. That is much better. So some would stop here. Others would keep going. For example, coaching business owners, coaching businesses. Or you primarily help agencies. Okay, do you get the picture? Let's go to a fitness example. Okay, let's go to people. Okay, what kind of people? Men. Okay. There's still billions of men. The population's ruled by billions of men and women. So, what kind of men? All right. Let's go for 40-year-old men who work full time. Okay, work full time and then don't have enough time and energy to work out. You see the importance of this? 40-year-old men who work full-time and don't have enough time and energy to work out, because now you can just completely focus on their struggles and their desires. Because that would be completely different to, let's say you were targeting like college students, uni students, or college students looking to build muscle or lose weight. Yeah, something like that. So that's how you figure out your niche. Who do you serve? Who's this mainly for? Outcome is the second thing. This goes back to what I was saying about you don't want to talk about technicals on the sales calls. You just want to keep it focused on the outcome, focused on the result. And this is why when our brains are focused on the outcome, that's all we care about. That's all we're drawn to. We forget about almost everything else, because if we're focused on the outcome, we have a lot of emotion. We're feeling a lot of emotions, excitement, for example. And as you know, the classic saying again, people buy with emotions and justify with logic. So with the outcome, we need to figure out the dream outcome / the North Star / end goal. What outcome will you be delivering for your clients? Okay. Yeah, what outcome would you be delivering for your clients? So for example, with the entrepreneurs again, what outcome would they want? Maybe if you're a lead gen, like me, book more sales calls on the calendar, or sign more clients. Maybe sign more high ticket clients. Maybe build out an all-star team. But we need to be careful here, because if we did choose build out an all-star team, okay, but what does that do for us? This is not an outcome. Don't confuse it for an outcome. Okay, build out an all-star team. Okay, so what? You're going to be asking in your head, so what? So if you build an all-star team, then you can scale to help scale to multiple 5 figures, to 50K a month plus. There we go. Or to take time off to take time and energy off their shoulders and weight off their shoulders. Okay, so that's the outcome. Keep it outcome driven. Keep the offer outcome driven. Okay, outcome focused. Now the next thing is timeline. How long will your offer be? How long will your offer be? How long will they be working with you? And how long will it take to get said result? So the very common ones are 60 days, even 30 days. I've seen them before, but they're not very common because a month is a super short time. 90 days is very common. It's the most common one, 90 days. So 1, 2, 3 months. Some will do 4 months, so 120 days. Some people will do 6 months. Like it's completely up to you. The question you need to be asking here is, how long will it take to get the result for my client? And you can go off of experience, or you can go off the process. Okay, in month 1 I'll be doing this, month 2 I'll be doing this, month 3 I'll be doing this, and if they follow everything I say in these months, then they will get said result, guaranteed, or outcome. Some will do 6 months. Sometimes people will do a year, because that's simply how long it will take to get the result. Any longer than that, though, it is a stretch. Let's just say it's a stretch, and you're gonna start losing commitment and urgency for them on their side to get result. Like, for example, you don't stay in college forever, right? No, you don't stay in college forever, and the reason for that is there's no urgency. You need to go into college and then do your thing, and then go back out again into the real world. And college is about 3 to 4 years, so that's their timeline, 3 to 4 years to get said result. Pricing and structure, let's go into this. So with pricing, a lot of people overcomplicate it, but the only thing you need to ask is, if I delivered, I don't know why this is in all caps, if I delivered X outcome to the client, how much would they accept from me to take it away from them? Okay, and bear with me here, because you probably never heard this before. Pricing. Let's say you had a wedding, okay? Let's say you had a wedding and you were gonna hire a photographer. Okay. Let's say you had a wedding, you're gonna hire a photographer, and this photographer had a bunch of photos and they were extremely good, exactly what we expected, Jesus Christ, my English, even exceeded your expectations, correct? And let's say 50 years later, you and your partner is growing old, you're in your rocking chairs, and then this photographer comes up and he says, okay, I'm gonna take them away from you. How much would you be willing to pay? No. And then he said he's gonna offer you money, right? Of course you wouldn't. Of course, in your head when he says that, you're not gonna want to take it away at all. Okay, these are your wedding photos. These are priceless. Okay, and then he says he's gonna offer you money, and then if Jesus Christ, he's gonna offer you money, and if it's enough money, if you're happy with it, he's gonna take it away from you. So how much would you accept from them for them to take it away from you? With this case, you're probably never gonna give them away. It's priceless. These are your wedding photos. Let's look at it now with your offer. Let's go to the fitness example. Let's say you did get a 40-year-old man. Let's say you got your client, James. He's 40, got a wife and kids, overweight, works 9 to 5, and he wants to get in shape to lose weight. To lose weight, feel more confident, feel happier, have more energy at work and with family, wants more respect. A bunch of different reasons, a bunch of different motivations. And then let's say you sign him on, and for the next 3 months, you're gonna help him lose weight, help him get more energy. And let's say you did. Let's say not only did you get him the result, you exceeded his results. Let's say you completely exceeded his results, 10 out of 10 customer service and 10 out of 10 client experience. He's gonna refer all his friends to you, and he's super happy. Now, what you wanna ask here, and this is how it relates to pricing, how much would James pay if he got all these results to take it away, to lose it all, to go back in time to the overweight, time stressed James that he was. Okay, probably ideally you want the answer to be like he's not going to give it away, he doesn't want to, so it's priceless. No matter how much money you give him, he's not going to want to give it back. Okay, but let's say if I was James, let's just say $10,000. $10,000. This is worth more than 10 grand in fact, but let's say $10,000. That's how you want to price your offer. That's exactly how you want to price your offer, and let me explain why. A lot of people, they will price off of what everyone else is charging, competitor-based pricing, and they will try undercut them. So the problem with that is you're just looking at, this is out of your control, first of all, because you're looking to the market, and second of all, it doesn't come from a place of belief in your offer. Okay, if I'm just looking at what everyone else is charging, oh, okay, he's charging 2K, he's charging 1,500. I'll just charge 1,500. There's no belief rooted in your offer. There's no belief. Whereas if you just rooted it in belief, you'll be able to charge realistically anything you want, up to a point, obviously. But you'll just be able to charge whatever you want, and that's the problem with charging based on what everyone else is doing, competitor-based pricing. So you want to ask this question. Take some time out of your day to wonder how to do this. $10,000 a month, not $10,000 a month. $10,000 offer one time. Now with the structure, essentially it's very simple. So is it going to be done with you? Is it going to be done for you? Is it going to be done with you? Or is it going to be do it yourself? What done for you is self-explanatory. You do the work for them. On you to, yeah, all the work is for you. So you typically see this with the agencies. Done with you is 50-50. 50% the client. So it's coaching, consulting. You give the information, you have the proximity, you provide the value, but it is on them to take responsibility and take action on what you said. So it's a very mutually beneficial 50-50 relationship. And then do it yourself is, well, I wouldn't say 100%, I'd say 95% is on them. The last 5% is on you to make sure everything is running smoothly. But for the argument's sake, let's say 100%. And you typically see this with online courses. You have built the course, that you spend all the time up front building the course, but then after that it's all on them. You know, you're not spending any more time. It's just on them to buy the course and take action on what you said, and you don't have to put any effort in after that. So you gotta pick which one works for you. Ideally you'd want to start here, and then as you scale up you go into do it yourself to free up more time, and then you build a team around it. Now with pillars, essentially what this is going to do is going to simplify your offer. It's going to break it down into very tangible steps. If I can move this, that's going to be fantastic. Cool. Pillars, not long to go now. So essentially, what are the 3 pillars? What 3 pillars need to be in place to get X outcome? Let me tell you what most people do. Most people will just scatter all the information and dump it all in a course, all in their coaching program. There's no clear structure, there's no clear guideline, and it leaves the client confused by the end of your timeline. Okay? The importance of these 3 pillars is to, as I said, in month 1, we're going to focus on this, focus on this, focus this. We're going to focus on these 3 pillars, perfect them so that you get X result. So we'll go to the fitness example again. You know what? Let's go to the fitness example through the whole thing. So fitness. What 3 pillars? Now, originally, it might be hard because there's so many things that lead to success, but just list them. Let's list them all down. So diet is a no-brainer. Exercise. Accountability, because I can give you the best workout program and diet program, but if you don't hold yourself accountable to doing it, then it doesn't matter. Diet, exercise, accountability, sleep, maybe de-stressing, a pillar focused on energy. It could be any of these, okay? But you need to narrow it down to 3 because us humans remember things in threes. So you might pick diet, exercise, sleep. Awesome, those are your 3 pillars now. And then you just need to focus on what deliverables would I need in these 3 pillars to get them X results. So diet could be diet plan, maybe a survey, questionnaire. If you're doing one-to-one coaching or actually group coaching, it doesn't matter. Just use your Zoom calls. Use your Zoom calls to talk about these 3 pillars and help them out. So literally, these could all just be talked about in a Zoom call once they're enrolled. Awesome. But then you might also have some PDFs or sheets or resources to help them out. So that's the 3 pillars. Guarantee is the last thing. So this is like an ace card. So if on the sales call, they like what they hear, they know it's something they need, you know it's something they need, and you know you can help them, but they're just so on the fence, they're just so scared to hop in. This is when you whip out the guarantee. So with the guarantee here, what you need to do is essentially just there's 2 different guarantees. There's a money back guarantee. There's a performance based guarantee. And I know some people like guarantees, some people don't. I didn't at first, but I might use this next time if someone is on the fence when they're on a sales call with me. But with the money back guarantee, it's pretty self-explanatory. Do everything, and here's the key, right? Do everything we said. Show proof. Show up to the calls and be engaged. And I'll explain why this is important. And if you still didn't get results, we'll give you your money back. And then you can even throw in, to just get some extra skin in the game, plus $1,000 for wasting your time. That's an example of the money back guarantee. Now, the important thing about this first part, do everything we said, because you want to make sure that they're doing everything you said. It would be almost cheating yourself and the client if they could just walk in your program, wait for the end of the 3 months, say they didn't get results, and just ask for a guarantee. And that's really bad. That's a really bad situation to be in. So you want to make it clear to them. You have to do everything we talked about. You have to show proof that you did everything you talked about. Show up to all the calls, be engaged, ask questions, come to me for help. And if you still didn't get results, then that's fine. We'll refund you plus $1,000 for wasting your time. That's a money back guarantee. Now the performance-based guarantee is something like, same thing here. The key here is to just make sure they're doing the work. Here the difference is you don't give back money, you don't refund money, but instead you'll do something like, we'll continue to work together until you hit X outcome. So for example, right, do everything we said, ask questions, be engaged, show up to the calls, and if you still didn't sign any clients, and make sure it's quantifiable. If you still haven't signed your first client, if you're catering towards beginners, then we'll continue to work with you after the 4 months or whatever your timeline is until we do help you hit your first client. And then you can throw in an extra bonus as well, like this one, plus plug you into my private mastermind. And then in that private mastermind, you could have, or inner circle, you can have other entrepreneurs who are doing like 30 to 40K a month, and then plug them in so that they get even more help. Okay, so it's just something to get them over the fence if they're still really scared or anxious to hop in. So this was a loaded video. Let's recap. Actually, quick thing, 3 things you need to avoid: shiny object syndrome, so hopping from offer to offer. 3-month rule, this is the way to fix it. 3-month rule, make sure you stick to your offer for 3 months with persistent and consistent effort. And if it's still not working, maybe consider getting a change. Mechanism focused instead of outcome focused. Again, you want to focus on the outcome because that's what's going to make them buy at the end of the day. Them achieving that outcome or them eliminating said pain is going to get them to buy. If you focus on mechanism, so if you're like, we'll help you grow with Facebook ads, they don't care about Facebook ads. If what they needed to do is walk backwards to sign clients, walk backwards blindfolded to sign clients, and if that worked, then everyone would be walking backwards and signing clients. They don't care about the mechanism, they only care about the outcome. So outcome focused. And then the last thing is not constantly iterating. Now what I should be seeing is that, let's say on day one you launch your offer, you know what it is. By month 3 it should be slightly different, and not just for the sake of making it different, but it should be iterated based on what the market says. So in English, let's say in the fitness example, you've been taking sales calls and you realize the problem actually isn't sleep so much. It's really just accountability. Maybe most of the people you've been speaking to, and make sure you've taken at least 30 sales calls, sleep isn't the problem. The problem is accountability. They're not having someone hold them accountable, and they're doing things behind closed doors that doesn't lead them to said outcome. So then what you could do is replace the sleep with accountability. That's what I mean by iterating your offer. You take what the market has said and then change it to what they said, to what they needed, because you need to be focused on market. You need to be focused on helping the market at the end of the day. So those are some mistakes to avoid. And then let's recap very quickly. So niche, timeline, pricing and structure, pillars, and the guarantee. And if you have all these things in place, then trust me, you're gonna build an irresistible offer. It's gonna do most of the heavy lifting for you, honestly, when it comes to generating leads, booking sales calls, and signing clients, because that offer is simply too good to pass up on. Oh, how many minutes are we at now? 27 minutes. Jesus Christ. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It went on longer than I expected, but I hope you enjoyed this video. This was jam-packed and this was a lot of fun to make. And even if you don't pay me a dime at the end of the day, I still hope you enjoyed this video and you get a ton of value out of it. So if you're serious about booking more sales calls, getting more leads on your calendar, booking a call down below in the description. If not, the most direct way to reach out to me is through Instagram at the Matt Jacob. That's my username, at the Matt Jacob, and it'll be in the description as well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you take this advice and it changes your business forever. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.